what's happening, guys? Just recently Humberto Gonzalez over at Latino Review tweeted something interesting there. He teased a big, huge events stuff news for Spider-Man, most likely for Spider-Man, coming up very shortly. It seems that the guy knows something we don't really. Of course, Latino Review is, we can consider it a reliable source, so it's pretty interesting to see what he's been tweeting. And one of the probably the biggest tweets he posted so far, which got a lot of people excited, actually made a bunch of news articles, is his response to John Campy, who actually made fun of a bunch of news websites. To what Humberto Gonzalez responds that he got the dates wrong. The irony of this is that Spider-Man will probably meet Thor on May 4th, 2018. Now, Spider-Man meeting Thor. Of course, there's a bunch of ways you can take this tweet, and of course, we don't know if it's true or not. He knows something. Maybe there will be some sort of a scoop coming out at Latino Review pretty soon, some breaking exclusive article. But so far, he is teasing us, and this tweet promises us that Spider-Man will meet Thor. Now, a lot of people seem to believe that it actually might mean that the deal between Spider-Man and Marvel, of course, will happen. Spider-Man will join the MCU, the brand new reboot, and then Spider-Man appears in Thor Ragnarok, which is of course unlikely because the Thor Ragnarok is coming out in 2017, and no way it's May 4th, 2018. A lot of people actually believe that it might be actually a date for Avengers Infinity War Part 1, which is coming out in May 2018. Now, personally, I think it's neither Avengers, neither it's Thor Ragnarok. It seems that a lot of people forgot that the May 4th, 2018 has always been a date for The Amazing Spider-Man 4. It was the official date from Sony Pictures when they announced The Amazing Spider-Man 4. Later on, of course, Sony officially announced that The Amazing Spider-Man 3 is now pushed back to 2018, and it takes the date of The Amazing Spider-Man 4 pretty much, which is May 4th, 2018. So this is the date for The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Now, how this ties up with all we've been hearing recently? Well, it ties up perfectly because there were some leaked emails which actually mentioned the fact that one of the deals, possible deals between Sony and Marvel might be that Spider-Man joins the MCU. Yes, that's right, but Sony are actually continuing with their Spider-Man franchise, and through this deal, Sony are actually allowed to use two major Marvel characters in their own Spider-Man films. So this makes perfect sense if Thor pops up in The Amazing Spider-Man 3. It's not like Spider-Man and Thor never teamed up. They did team up previously, but the reasons for their teaming up were pretty ridiculous. So I don't see how it might be turned out eventually, but I do see them actually teaming up, and it makes a perfect sense that Sony will use Thor in their Spider-Man film in exchange to Spider-Man appearing in Marvel Cinematic Universe. Anyway, for me personally, I do believe it's either The Amazing Spider-Man 3 May 4th, because this was the official date for The Amazing Spider-Man 4 before, and now it's probably the official date for The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Or it's Avengers Infinity War, and Spider-Man not only meets Thor, he meets all of other Avengers. This is of course another high possibility with Spider-Man meeting all the Avengers, not only Thor, because jokingly John Campy actually mentioned that Spider-Man meets Thor, and Gonzalez told him that he meets Thor kinda among with all other Avengers in the Avengers Infinity War Part 1. At that time it was rumored that there might be already a sequel to the brand new Spider-Man reboot. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Check out this tweet in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'm out for now.